because I spill everything everywhere. Oh, chef's kiss bellissimo. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're here with a Q&A, a very long awaited Q&A. My apologies for that. I think I put the question thingy out to YouTube and Instagram like 3 months ago. So I'm very late on this, but we're here. So that's great. That's the main thing. It just means some more questions were able to come in. I have some lunch. I thought we could eat together. So if you want to eat, if you want to do your nails, if you want to sit and chill, do whatever you want, but let's do it together. I also have a tea towel because I spill everything everywhere. Funnily enough, I'll just answer one question while I'm eating this, but one of the questions I actually remember off the top of my head was, do you like Vegemite? And look at my hoodie. Just look, it's a Vegemite hoodie. And the answer to that question is yes, I love Vegemite. But the thing about Vegemite is, I think like people that aren't from Australia have this misconception that we just like put heaps of Vegemite on or like can eat it from a spoon. Wow, this is a little bit spicy. But it's minimal dosages of the Vegemite. So like it's a thin layer on your toast. It's a thin layer on a piece of bread or like a cracker. And it's normally what you pair it with that's so good because it's very salty. So if you pair it with some like tomatoes or cheese, my favorite Vegemite dish is what's called a cheesy mite scroll from Baker's Delight. I think Brumby's, another bakery, call it a cheddar mite scroll. And I know that because I used to work there. They are delicious. And they're like in these scrolls with Vegemite, cheese. Oh, chef's kiss bellissimo. Just gonna eat some. It's spicy. I don't know why it's spicy. But anyway. I needed this. Okay, let's get into some questiones. So, actually a lot of the questions are around Mother's Group and the baby names. So a lot of people ask like, what made you start the baby name videos? Or like, how did you come up with Mother's Group in 2040? A few years ago, I came up with this idea when I had just started making the videos. I think it was because Dan and we used to work as swimming teachers, which is actually where we met, which was another question. When we were swim teachers back in the day, we would always come across these like funny names, you know, because obviously people throwing their kids into the class and everyone's got such different names. So I'd always had like funny names in my head from that. There was specifically one child's name was Matt, but it was M-E-R-T. So it was like Mert. So we'd go home and laugh all the time. We'd be like Mert, but it was actually Matt. Based off that name, I actually made my first ever Mother's Group video. I think it was in like 2021. I think it was a comparison of like now names versus like back in the day when it was just like easy, like Scott or Josh or like Jess or something. So then I just did that once and nothing really happened with it because again, I had just started posting content. So like my videos it was still trying to build up my audience and like views and engagement and all that. So then, but I'd always just had that idea in the back of my head and then I think it was last year that I was like, oh, that's such a cool video because sometimes when I'm looking for inspo, I'll go back through my old videos and go, oh, that's a really good idea. Let's like do that again, but like in a different way. So obviously I've come across that old Mert video, Mert Matt Mother's Group in 2021 video, and then been like, oh, let's do like, yeah, in the future. So then it just came from that. And then a question to do with that as well that a lot of people are asking, like, yeah, how do I come up with the names? For a while, and like I still just, I actually don't really know. I just think of random things that could be funny, or if it's in pop culture at the time, if there's something popular, I try and think of a way to make that funny. Like when the Frank Green bottles were like popping off, I just thought that would be funny. And that's like one of my most popular Mother's Group videos. So yeah, just try and think of things like that. But nowadays, because you guys love them so much, you often comment like requests. So that's always really cool because even if I don't necessarily use the request, it might spark something for me. Or if I use it, I just like, you know, reply to the comment and add it in the video. So yeah, that's pretty much how that came up. Mothers Group 2040. I don't know what I'm gonna do when we get to 2040. If I'm still making these videos, I'm gonna have to make it like Mothers Group 2060 or something. Hey YouTube fam, just wanted to interrupt today's vlog to say thank you so much for watching, and I was just wondering if you could please subscribe to my channel and click the bell. I'd really appreciate it. Love you guys. Okay, so someone asked, how did you and Dan meet? So that's like going back to I kind of already answered that before. Yeah, we met as swim teachers. So we both used to work at a swim school, and he started working there first, and then my sister started working there, and then she got me a job there. And so I would have been about, I think I was 18 when I started there, and Dan was then 20 at the time. This swim school where we worked, it was just such a wholesome, like, family vibe. There was a lot of people either in relationships there or siblings or like family of some sort. Like I said, my sister got me helped me get the job there. Just family dynamics, and we became really, really close friends with a lot of the staff like at that time there. I'm forever thankful to that job, the growth that I had there. Yeah, I feel like if I could recommend to anyone doing a part-time job, it would be something like that, where there's like everyone gets on really well. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that wasn't even the question. But yeah, so pretty much Dan and I guess just saw each other. Oh, actually, I digress. So I hadn't got the job yet. I was in my last year of school. My sister worked there, and she had 2 little boys at the time already. And so I took them, I was at school, but I could drive, or I had just finished school, one of the two. So I took them for their lesson. And who's the swimming teacher for my youngest nephew, Lincoln? Daniel Vogel. So I like put him in. I don't really even remember this interaction that much, but I do remember it a little bit. But apparently after I left, like, you know, I remember being like, oh, Lincoln's teacher's like really cute, you know? And then apparently when I left, Dan asked my sister, oh, who brought Lincoln in for swimming today? Like, she's hot. And then she was like, stay away from my sister. So then that was like 6 months before. So then we didn't like see each other after that. Then I ended up getting a job there. Then we saw each other, both just had the flirty vibes going on. Nothing crazy though, like, because we didn't really work the same shifts at the start together, so we didn't cross over that much. And then I think it would have been about like, 6 months in to like me working there. We had a couple parties. We were like flirting via text message already, back and forth a little bit. And yeah, eventually we hooked up one night, and at the time we didn't really think anything else. We just, like, Dan actually went and traveled to Europe. I was just working, just thought it was like a fun little thing. And then when he came back from Europe, we sort of picked up where we left off, and then like hooked up a bit more, and we're just like chilling, you know? And for lack of a better term, friends with benefits, but not really even friends, because we like didn't like, yeah, we weren't even friends prior. Like, we just, anyway. And then, and then after that, we just started to grow a bit more, like as we're hanging out more, like a bit more of a connection. And then the December 8th of that year, he asked me to be his girlfriend at Stereosonic. It was actually really cute how he asked too. I won't go into that. So yeah, that's where we met, and that now is almost 11 years ago. So we've been together ever since for 11 years, which is crazy. We went from like literally being kids dating to now adults, where we own a home and share a cat. I mean, it was his cat, but now it's mine too. So yeah, I'm gonna do some like speed round ones for you guys. So, favorite hobby? Oh, that's actually quite hard. This isn't speedy, is it? Favorite hobby. Well, I love this. Like, but is this a hobby? Well, I guess it's work now, but it used to be a hobby. I love the beach. I love going to the beach and like relaxing at the beach, or like, actually I love activities. I love doing I don't know, I have a lot of hobbies, but yeah, I love going to the beach. I love filming. I actually recently have gotten into baking a lot. I love eating. There's a few. Speed round. Favorite ice cream flavor? Cookies and cream. I also really love salted caramel. Plan on having kids? Yes, I do plan on having kids. I would love to have a few little rat bags running around one day in the near future. Like, I feel like when I was in my 20s, it was more in the distant future. As I'm getting older, it's probably closer, not today, if that makes sense. Are you a Swiftie or a Coldplayer? If so, which songs from both? So I'm like, I love them both, but I wouldn't classify myself as a Swiftie or a Coldplayer. I just like them both, you know what I mean? I'm a Freddie. I'm a Freddie againy, for Fred again. So like he's like someone that I would like, that I'm a big fan of, but I still really enjoy Taylor Swift's music, but I'm not like, I didn't go to the Eras tour. But like I have been to her concert in 2012 and I've been to Coldplay's concert this year because I won the Europe trip. So we got to go to that and that like made me even more of a fan of them. So what's your favorite part about making content? So I think my favorite part is, especially because I do comedic content and like comedic skits, they're just so fun to make. Like often I'll think of just an idea or just something that may be awkward or relatable and then being able to put it somewhere and like document it essentially, but like in a funny way, and then have you guys watch it and like laugh and be entertained by it. I think the best part is like the sharing aspect. So getting to bring an idea to life and then share it with you guys and then have you like laugh and feel good. Like there's so many nice comments that I get. I feel like I have always been a bit of an entertainer and I feel like that's one of my, without getting too deep, one of my purposes in life is to provide entertainment. And I feel like I did that, or like in school, like I'd always get in trouble for being the class clown or for talking too much. Literally a teacher said that and I got her in trouble for saying it, lol, soz me Santa. Yeah, like, so I feel like I just love providing entertainment and making people laugh. So the fact that now I get to do that in this platform, like is so cool. The stuff that I guess not everyone always sees is the editing side of things. I actually love that side of things too, like the intricacies of it, you know, putting, like people might not even realize, but like the sound effects over the top or such a small way, but bringing it all to life. I don't know if that answered the question either, but hopefully you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Do you have any siblings? I do, I have 3 siblings. So I have a sister and 2 brothers and they're all older than me. And the 2 oldest, so my sister and oldest brother, they have kids, and the brother under him, who's older than me, is married, and then there's me and Doy. I mean, Doy's not my sibling. That'd be weird. So your favorite actor? It's a very good question. It's very tricky. Someone that I've always looked up to in the acting realm has been Jennifer Aniston, simply for how natural she portrays characters. Like when I hear her speak, especially as Rachel Green, but when I hear her speak, it just sounds like she's just like in the room and you're just having a conversation with her. So I love her for her naturalistic roles. I also love Shia LaBeouf, especially in Peanut Butter Falcon. That was probably where my love for his acting grew a lot. And I also love Juno Temple. So she obviously kills it in Ted Lasso, the series. And also, oh, what's the movie? What is it called? I'm gonna have to look this up. It's literally one of my favorite movies and I'm blanking on what it's called. So Juno Temple, Justin Timberlake movie. Palmer. Oh, it's so good. Palmer, like palm of your hand. That, Palmer and Peanut Butter Falcon are like 2 just wholesome, feel-good movies, but where you go on like such a journey. Watch those 2. But yeah, they're probably my 3 top actors: Jennifer Aniston, Shia LaBeouf, and Juno Temple. Top 3 singers and bands. I feel like it would be remiss of me not to say my own boyfriend, Dan Vogel. So he's definitely my top singer and band because he's also a band, Dan Vogel Music. Who else? I love Fred again, as I said. Obviously he's more DJ producer vibes. And well, my niece and I just went and saw Olivia Rodrigo, so I might chuck her in there, or like Sabrina Carpenter. I really like her as a singer and her songwriting. Who else do I put on a lot? I do love like EDM, but yeah, more just like, yeah, dance, party vibes. Fisher. I'm an all-rounder, you know? Someone else asked, what's your fave Dan Vogel song? Breathe You In. And not just because it's about me, but also because it's about me. It's a really good song, you should go check it out. And I'm in the film clip if you haven't already watched it. It's really cool, it's on Dan's YouTube channel. Oh, different. That is the good shit, boy. Okay. Someone said, have you ever considered moving out of Australia? Fun fact, I did move out of Australia. I moved to Canada, Whistler in Canada. Dan and I moved there together in 2019 and it got cut short because of COVID. So we had like a 2-year working visa and yeah, moved over there at the end of 2019. We probably planned to be there for anywhere from like 6 to 18 months was like the plan. But apparently like you'd go for the winter because we both snowboard. So we were like going over there for like a snowboarding working holiday. And yeah, everyone would say you come for the winter, but then you stay for the summer. So we were getting to the end of winter and it was just starting to become summer. And we were really, really excited, but then COVID happened. But alas, we are where we're meant to be. Really grateful for that time. We still got 5 months there. So like it wasn't like we just got there, that would have sucked. And then now would I consider moving out of Australia? Do you know what? I have traveled like a lot. I've done Europe a couple of times, obviously Canada. I've done a little bit of America now, Mexico. I've still got heaps more traveling that I want to do. I've done a little bit of Bali. I think that's it for overseas, like yeah, Europe, America, Mexico, Bali, I think. Oh, New Zealand. I think I wouldn't move permanently to anywhere else except for Australia. If there was like a work opportunity, I would move for that. But then I envision myself always coming back to Australia. Like from where I've traveled, like I've loved where I've traveled. It's been so good, but for a holiday. And I just love where I live. I don't know if that's just part of growing up here. Actually, another question I remember someone asked that they're moving to Australia. So where is like the best state to live? And again, I don't know if it's because, well, it must be because I've grown up here, but anyway, I live in Melbourne and I personally love living in Melbourne, but I guess it really depends. I think, yeah, Australia has, all of our different states have so many benefits and like qualities to them. So it really depends on what you're coming for. I'd say if you were coming for good weather, then don't come to Melbourne. But you know, you'd go to like somewhere like Queensland because their winters are beautiful. I mean, things are changing a bit at the moment and Melbourne's weather has actually been elite the last few months, I'd say. It's actually, well, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just changing a bit. I love living in Melbourne because the nightlife, there's always something on. The city is just electric. Yeah, the whole vibe, I just love it here. And I don't find the weather a problem because like, for example, today when I look out, I think it's like 20 degrees or something and the sun's out. So I think people that aren't from Melbourne have this misconception that we have like torrential rain and stuff. The thing is about Melbourne, we always have 4 seasons in one day. So you best believe you get summer in that, you know? So whereas there's some other parts where I feel like if it's raining there, then it will rain the whole day. Whereas I like that it'll rain for like 30 minutes and then the sun's out. So you're like, oh, well, just like, I don't find it annoying, but maybe that's because I'm used to it. But yeah, if you wanted to come for like more of coastal, even though we have some really nice coastline in Victoria and weather, you'd probably, yeah, go to Queensland. Adelaide have beautiful wineries. Sydney also has like a really cool city and probably, Sydney people tell me that the weather is better there, but every time I've gone to Sydney, it's rained. So I don't know, the jury's still out on that one. But now Sydney, there's always stuff popping off too. Sydney would actually be, when I went to Bondi, I was like, oh, if I wanted to live somewhere else in Australia, I could see myself living in Bondi or Burleigh in Queensland. Both of those places was such a vibe. But for now, I love Melbourne and I love like my family here. I want to raise kids around my family, but I would love to have multiple properties at like all different places. Do you ever consider a career other than YouTube? So yes, I have always dreamed of being an actor and so I still do that. But YouTube was really cool because it, especially over COVID when there were no auditions coming in and I wasn't able to, like act in anything, YouTube and all my other social media platforms and making skits gave me a way to be able to create content that wasn't based off like waiting to receive a job. And then actually another career thing other than like acting and social media, I actually studied to be a nurse. So I just did 1.5 years of nursing which was the diploma. So I am also an enrolled endorsed nurse. I don't know, it's whatever, but it's an EN. Oh, what gave you the motivation to start YouTube? And that was the fact that I was doing acting and there were no auditions coming through. So I was like, let's make my own content. And that's how this came to be. So I'm forever grateful for you guys for being here. Like, honestly, I'm living my dream right now and I get to do that because of you, literally. So I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope I just didn't talk your ears off and that you actually got something out of this. But let me know in the comments if there's any videos like this or more questions or whatever you want to see from me, and I can make that happen. Love yous.